I am Reshmi, your host, and welcome to the Making of Success Story. I am super excited today to meet and interview an educator, motivational coach, counselor, and YouTube influencer, Mrs. Kawaljeet Kaur. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Mrs. Kaur is also my teacher and mentor from my school years at Loreto Convent Ranchi. Hashtag LCR. And I'm so much looking forward to this conversation where we will discuss important topics like childhood, its impact in one's personality, mental health, and many more. So, to start with, ma'am, you have spent 39 years of your life as an educator. So, was all these 39 years dedicated to LCR?
Yes, I joined in 1984. I was 21 years of age and I started working there as a teacher and continued till 2023 as a regular teacher. So now I am a part-time teacher still there.
So, like, if we talk about loyalty, I think this is the best example. Start to finish, one place, LCR. But since you have spent like 4 decades at one place, do you see any difference in the generation of students who joined earlier and recently?
Definitely. Earlier, life was simpler, economy was simple, and so as a parenting and other things. But today, there's so much of information explosion. So, children also are different, parents are also different.
Parents are different. Any examples, ma'am? Like any very big? Is it the mindset they come with? Is that what is
Everything, because I think earlier parents were not many parents were concerned also which class my child is studying as well. But today parents are very particular. Some are very particular. Some are, of course, maybe career oriented. They are more academically looking for success in their children. They're more conscious about that.
I agree. Can you define your LCR experience in a sentence?
Fulfilling, enriching, amazing.
Great. I still dream of my school memories, reason being they were beautiful. Can you share some of your cherished memories with LCR?
Yes, number of memories I would say, because I joined as a very young person and I learned everything, I would say, from those Irish nuns, because the school was majorly those days run by Irish nuns. And we learned a lot about discipline and training and studying a child's mind, even the body language of child, how to look after children, what today we are talking about in NEP, New Education Policy. Our nuns and sisters were talking about those things right way. I mean, Loreto has been way ahead in these things, I would say. So I learnt a lot of things in Loreto, and I became what I am today because of, I would say, that institution, because I got a lot of opportunities. And yes, I was always ready to grab each and every opportunity that I got uh, as an educator, taking students out for guiding tours and visiting various NGOs. Like, we also became members of Universal Solidarity Movement, that was known as Dharam Bharti in the beginning. And that gave me a lot of exposure because I could meet number of people. We stayed with children in Varda ashram, Mahatma Gandhi's ashram, Bangalore, where I could also get a chance to interact with Kiran Bedi, Khairnar, many people. So school gave me ample opportunities because school also had a lot of outreach programs, which I was always a part of it. So I was also outreach coordinator, you can say, some social service coordinator, like looking after even some work for lepers colony and bringing children from the slums and educating them. We had literacy program, then we had sewing program, training, vocational training to the ladies from the underprivileged section of the society, and I was always part of it. So I grew also along with the my experience as teacher, but I grew as a person also there.
I would say likewise as a student. all the examples which you mentioned has also helped to shape what I am right now. As I believe that childhood, has a very strong impact in a personal development, in what a person turns out to be as an adult. How did your childhood mold you as a person?
Yes, I think that definitely helps a child to grow as a person. And we were four sisters, and I had seen my mother as a very strong personality, looking after four daughters in spite of having some financial problems. And her aim was to educate four daughters and make them financially independent. So I think I went through a lot of hardships also. So I think that made me a person that I am today, a confident person, a strong person, ready to face challenges that I got from my mother and father.
Would you like to suggest some ideas to the new parents, like what can they do to help give their children a good childhood, fulfilled childhood?
Definitely, because you see, children, they follow their parents. I tell parents that even if a child is not obeying you, don't worry, but worry because child is following you, observing you. So how you behave, that leaves a lot of impact on child's mind. So we have to be very careful, because today with the explosion in in the information and this materialistic world, children also face a lot of problem because of the parents having lots of issues in their own lives, which I wouldn't mind telling you that even extramarital affair is becoming common these days. Lots of relationship issues in the family is affecting children. So parents must remember this, that whatever they do, whatever how they behave, leaves an impact on child's mind, and the child grows into a person accordingly.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree with you, ma'am. So after retiring from LCR, what was your motivation behind becoming a motivational coach and starting your YouTube channel?
Yes, the main reason was when I finished, I had an option. Either I can ask for extension in my service, or could join some other institution as academic head, because I had done my master's in education and economics, two subjects in education also. So I had those options, but I always thought that I have learned a lot in this institution. This institution gave me ample opportunities. I attended various sessions, maybe on the mental health workshops also, and even positive teachers, motivators. So I feel I used to come across many children, many parents who I felt need someone to talk to them, someone to listen to them. So I said I wouldn't be working confined to any boundaries now. I would like to do something on my own where I will be available 24 by 7 for any parent, any child, any teenage, any adolescent child who's facing any issue. I should be available for them. So I decided to follow this path, and my children, my daughter, my son, they all motivated me, because I was taking moral value classes and I had ample, you can say, treasure of stories and all. So they said, why don't you make use of that talent, through your stories and motivations, you can motivate, help people. Somewhere somebody maybe needs your motivation at some time. So I started this.
I will tell you something which I feel, ma'am. Just as you mentioned, moral value classes, I think in my entire 16 years of life at Loreto Convent, uh, it is those moral value classes which actually impacted in shaping my personality, and because it was there where we got a chance to talk about things which usually you don't talk about.
Yes.
When in sitting a class, we are learning a subject, but we are not talking about ourselves, our family, our dreams, or values. I mean, I think it's such an important thing that you have done in helping all of us to develop. And I really feel that every school should have moral value classes.
Yes.
An amazing treasure of humanity that you get from these sessions. Moving forward, talking about your YouTube videos, so what kind of audience group can benefit the most from them?
I've been a teacher and I've interacted more with parents and students. So I feel when I talk, my area of concern is parenting and educators and the students, adolescent particularly. Because last few years I have mainly dealt with students of class 8 to 12. So I've really interacted with them very closely. So I think when I talk also, I'm talking for them, advocating them sometimes, or motivating them, or talking about them.
What are your views on the quote chasing dreams and butterflies in reference to your recent video where you spoke about the butterfly effect?
Now, that butterfly effect actually means is when there is a small, slight change also there, there's a marked difference in the output. Like the scientist who was studying about the weather effects, he just made a small change in the figures and he found the output was showing drastic change. And that happens in lives also, in our lives also. When children start, suppose a child not doing well in a particular subject, you just ask for 10 minutes extra work, effort in that particular subject, but the result would be a ripple effect, would be more than maybe 10 times. So that is what actually it means, that butterfly effect is we can change, like in our mindsets. If you start thinking positive, you every day get up in the morning and instead of thinking about others, you think about yourself. So when you start looking after yourself, that self-love will be inculcated in you and you will be a better person in coming 30 days, I'm sure.
Right. And just like Dr. APJ Kalam used to encourage children to dream a lot, dream
Yes.
and dream. What do you think? What are the best ways to dream, and what one can do to fulfill those dreams?
See, the best way to dream, I would say, is dream during the daylight. In fact, every school, every family should give their children a dream time. And that time a board should be put, do not disturb because child is dreaming. Because let children dream. Only when they dream, they will think of fulfilling the dream. So they must dream, they must have vision, they must, that only gives rise to various today new things that you see around. The development, it is because of some dream somewhere. So children must dream, children must have a dream time when they dream, and then they definitely fulfill, because like people talk about vision board these days, manifestation, law of attraction, it all comes from when you start dreaming. Only when you dream you will have wonderful things, wonderful life ahead.
Absolutely, ma'am. Moving on to the most important topic for today's interview, that is mental health, an issue that has been hidden, concealed till date, something that psychologically, socially, emotionally impacts a person. So, ma'am, do you think children also face mental health issues?
Definitely. Even if it's a small, I have seen maybe a year-old child, even younger to that. If the child, when you say something to the child, they understand from the way you talk, they immediately understand, they react. So, only thing is, children's brain is also like ours. Only thing is, it is not much developed. So, if they see issues in the house, between the parents, in the family, it affects children's growth. It affects the children, that what child will grow as a person. With the children who are today, when you hear some issues about these cases which took place in sad incident which took place in Kolkata, how can a person do it? Unless and until the person has seen some sad incident has happened with that person in his childhood days. So, as it is, psychologists say that 0 to 6 years is very crucial, because whatever happens from the time the mother conceives to the age the child is maybe 6 or 7 year old, whatever environment is there, that will leave an impact on child's mind, and child will grow the person he would be or she would be in future. So it's very important. Bringing up is very important.
And how can we catch such problems, and like what are the symptoms?
You can identify a child's face, his eyes. Otherwise, children also will have bright eyes. But you can feel the pain in the eye sometimes, or maybe confusion, or maybe the child's body language, or child's behavior, reactive. Children are impulsive, they are not able to express, so they will be throwing tantrum. That is not a big thing. That is not a big issue. They will throw tantrums, they will have lots of issues because they are not able to express. But you can identify a child if a child doesn't look happy, like in school also. In the, how Loreto was different because we would observe children. We would observe their language, their body language, their face. You can make out. Child is not keen on eating. Child is not keen on playing. Child wants to sit in one corner. Is not expressing. All these are signs showing unhappiness. Depression comes much later. First, it is unhappiness.
Currently, we see drastic increase in work, family, and education related stress that is causing mental health issues. So, you just mentioned some symptoms for children, but as an adult, how do we know that we are facing that issues? Is it like something different from normal concern, or mental health has a different way of showing itself?
Yes, again one same way. Person will not be getting enough sleep. Person would not be ready to talk. Would not feel like maybe getting ready and to talk to people, and will not be eating properly. Sometimes either they'll be overeating or there is sometimes they don't eat. So and is not confident meeting people, not moving around much, confined to its own cocoon, you can say. So all those are symptoms.
What suggestions you have for them, like how to come out of
Yes,
this?
one has to understand that we have to live in present moment. It is past and the future that is causing problem, right? Because past or something happened which we did not want, so we are unhappy and no control over it. Future, we do not know what will happen. There are many things that we keep worrying and never such things never happen also. We keep worrying about some problem which never occur. So we must remember that keep yourself in present. And of course, it's not that easy as I'm talking because we have lots of issues around us, financial, maybe and economical, social pressures, and so many kinds of things and many things. Unlimited maybe issues could be there. So we have to actually definitely take help of, I would say, yoga, meditation, mindfulness, exercises, few exercises that you can be present moment. It has to be part of our life. Physical exercise, yoga, meditation, it has to be part of our life.
Once in a while, if we do,
no, it doesn't help. It doesn't help. That is why after my retirement, I joined Art of Living so that I could be able to, I could learn Sudarshan Kriya so that I can be all right, keep myself fit. But there are many such courses. Even otherwise simple exercises, walking, moving around, meeting people, sometimes is very risky because when you meet people, you don't get positive response from them. So that's why sometimes we start to think that we should have small circle and private life and more comfortable. But that's not the solution. You have to meet people. You will meet people. People will have lots of things to say. That's why we need to learn how to cope with all that stress, anxiety, or other
negative energy, negative thoughts. I mean, yes. I think this negative energy which is coming through internet or also through other forms of social media or incidents happening around in the globe right now has a strong impact on everyone. I think myself also, whenever I'm just scrolling, there are so many things that come pop up, even if I don't want. I mean, even I want that suggestion from how to keep oneself protected from that negative impact.
Definitely, as we always begin even a school or normal activity also with prayer, no? So prayer also, sometimes you are not in present moment. When you're praying also, your mind is wandering.
Yes.
That's why it's very important that you control your, focus on your breathing. Breath is the most precious thing. So when you learn to control your breathing, you will see slowly all that helps in enhancing your personality also and your mental health also. So that is why these yoga and these exercises, meditation, yoga, and number of other exercises, Padma Sadhana is there. So if you could regularly Surya Namaskar, any kind of physical exercise and some meditation is important for everybody.
Moving on, women, you can say the core of a family, of the world, of a nation, and women mental health is an issue which, again, women don't have time to deal with, address, or even talk about it. How can this impact a family, especially children, if the mother or the wife is not having a positive mindset?
See, mother is the nucleus of a cell. Any plant cell or animal cell you talk. So mother is the main nucleus, and mother is not well means it will leave a lot of impact on the entire family. And mother's health is definitely very, very important. It leaves an impact, so mother must look after herself. I tell children also that there are 86,400 seconds in a day. 86,400 seconds. So find at least few seconds for yourself, because mother's health is very important, and mother is looking after child, and later in life you will see the impact on a child's growth. Unless and until another adult is very strong and is able to take control of the situation, then things are different. Otherwise, mother's life should not be a sad one, because that will leave a sad impact on child's growth.
Sad one or unattended?
Unattended,
equal
uncared.
As this interview is part of my making of success story, so the last question for today I would like to ask, ma'am, what is success to you?
Fulfillment, personal growth, and if you're happy and your atmosphere around you is good, I think that is success to me. Because if you are happy and people around you are able to do something for the society, contribute to the society, that is success. That yes, I am able to do my job sincerely and I am fulfilled, I am satisfied. And we've heard our Mary Ward, she's a foundress of Loreto, has a lot of impact on me also, and I'm a friend of Mary Ward, and her quote is always there in mind: women in time to come will do much. More than 400 years ago she had said this, and we are seeing women is growing. For me, when I see my students, when I see you, maybe you were a very quiet child, but then today I see you growing so well. That is my success as a teacher.
Correct, ma'am. Even I am a teacher in Sweden, so some fine day I'm passing by the road and there is a student who runs towards me and say, "Hi, Miss Ghosh, how are you?" That is happiness, actually.
Yes.
And then you think that, this world, the efforts and time a teacher spends on education, you don't get immediate result, but when suddenly someone comes and praises you or just even greets you, that means they remember you and they're having that energy to come and greet you. That's what is like, maybe some good positive memories they have, that's why they're coming back to you. So what would you like to suggest to the current generation as in an ideal journey to success, because these days we are all running for a fast track mode?
No, put your 100% in your work, because there is no shortcut to success. You need to put hard work, you need to dedicate yourself, and where there is passion, there will be success and happiness. Passion to do your work. So whichever field you are interested in, go for that. Initially, we don't understand our areas, our field, but then we can identify slowly and we can divert and put your hard work into it. Be dedicated, be passionate about your work, and you'll be at least fulfilled and happy in this life.
But is there any end to success? Because the human nature is like once we achieve one target or goal, we again look for the next one. Never ends.
No, that is that Maslow's theory, self-realization. You know, one day when you're happy that okay, what I wanted to achieve, I have achieved, and I should be happy with this. So that is why, along with your hard work, you need to also be part of your spiritual spiritual what do you say, your growth. You should be aware of that also. You must, otherwise there is no end to success. There is no end to these this in this material world. I'm not talking as a yogi or sadhu, but I think that's true, isn't it? It's a truth that we need to have somewhere a line drawn that okay, this is what is my capability, this much is my potential, and I should be happy with this. Maybe that comes with experience in life.
Yes, I think I really enjoyed listening to you, ma'am. It was not an interview, but it was like reliving my school memories, listening to ma'am's inspiring words. I'm sure the audience also benefited a lot from hearing her experience and wisdom in important matters like childhood, its impact on a person's personality, mental health. I mean, I feel this is the word right now. Slowly, the world is realizing the importance of mental health. And please, friends, if you feel that you are not feeling well, or you see someone else around you, this topic needs to be addressed because this is for the future, for your family, for yourself, that you need to take action right now. And also, thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your making of the success story. Um, I am I'm privileged to get your time and have this opportunity to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, God bless all your efforts.
Thank you, ma'am. And until then, thank you so much for your time and keep watching for the next interesting video. Thank you.